Hi everyone, dropping back in for another day of ABC April. Today is E, so I've gone for all things Edith. I have been a bit of a busy bee already. Let's have a little. I have all sorts here in this pile. I think these are just some bits I've not used yet. Let me just check on where we are. About that. Right, I have already made a few bits. I have made this. This started life as a paper bag. I would have used brown, but I didn't have any. So, large piece on there. We have a pocket here and a pocket here. I think I'm going to make one of these with you today. I have made, well, I've covered an envelope. I haven't sealed it yet because I am undecided as to whether or not I want to put a Velcro dot here and just have it open up into a journaling space, or if I'm going to want to seal it and use it as an envelope. But if I don't seal it, that leaves me options and I can decide when I put it into my journal. Here we have a very simple pocket that I can just glue into 3 sides and glue in. Here is just a tall tag. I think this was actually perhaps somewhere on here. I think it was here, look, it was the same page. So it just needs a hole punch, and then I'd probably put maybe some inked paper or maybe some coffee dye paper on the back. It would need maybe a little something else, but I do think that's just quite pretty as it is, just sit into a pocket and be a journaling space. This one, I think I'm going to do with you. I'm going to do the corners on it, put some... yeah, I'm going to put some coffee dye paper on there, or some inked paper. Here we have, so my vision for this, where's my empty journal? Oh, it's here, up there. So my vision is that this will be a big pocket. Possibly not on this page. I mean, it would need inking or something. And then I have, for another page, probably one of these big ones again, here, but I'll glue it down like so, and it can be a top tuck, sort of like so, and then, so, top tuck, big bottom corner pocket. We're going to do this. We're going to do, what else are we going to do? I'm going to make one of those. I have also, this afternoon, had my die cutting machine out, and I have cut some page tabs, because I do think that just even the script in the journals is just beautiful. I love it. I'm a fan of the Edith Holden journals. And then I had some of these. These are, it's got a bit still stuck on the back. So you fold it in, fold that. This one's a little tricky because it's so close to the hole. Fold them in, hold that one up, and it is a teeny tiny little envelope with a window on the front for some reason, but I think I would probably put it down that way maybe. I suppose you could do it that way. That way is more of a, it reminds me of my old wage slip envelopes. And then we have in here some of these teeny tiny little hole reinforcers that I used made out of some scraps from when I've made the other bits and bobs. Oh, yeah, they're just tiny little hole reinforcers. Spilling them. And then we have these, which are different little buttons. So we have some nice little, I didn't do many of these, just I think I've got about 6 or 8 of each, I think. Some of them are still stuck together from going through the die cutting machine. If I can get them. So, just some teeny tiny little paper buttons. Don't know if I've necessarily put all those in the right spot, but never mind. So, and these I can just then dip into whenever I want a little something. And I can keep just a little stock of Edith bits. So, what should we start with? Let's start with this one because it's nice and simple. And get a piece of my, no, that's book pages. Sorry, I thought it was organised and I weren't. This one, some coffee dye paper. That has a very strong coffee smell. So, do we need a ruler? Possibly. We're at 4 and 11 centimetres. Let's cut the... Why don't you, Carla? Just make a pencil mark. I think actually I would like... I do love the... How much is that? Just over 1/2 inch. So if I do that, just over 1/2 inch-ish as well. And then could then have it go to the bottom, couldn't I? Just have it. I don't really want. I really should have done this beforehand, I think. Let's just have about 1 centimetre. We're mixing measurements today. Right. Shall we rip? Rips quite nicely, this paper. Thank you, Judy, for my coffee dye paper. You're an angel. Right, and then, while Earth itself is adorning, why not? Oh, we'll go with this glue because my glue stick. Have I got any in here? I have little ones. Oh, the Pritt stick there. You can't see me, I'm messing about with my bottle trying to get my pin back in. I don't know about any of you, but I'm not a massive fan of Pritt stick, but I have a load of them, so I'm trying to get them used up. They're just a bit too gooey. They don't have to make a mess. And you go through them so quickly as well, which isn't a bad thing when you're trying to get rid of them, I suppose. Something like that. I need my tool now to try and level out some of this glue. possibly should have inked around the edges as well, but here we are. Come on, glue, spread out. It doesn't want to spread to these bits. So we'll just put a little dot of the Burley Arts in there. Oh, just get glue everywhere here, Carla. Right, I absolutely should have inked that first, but we didn't. So I'll just go in with the afterthought ink, just for the white edge where I've ripped it. Almost. Oh. I suppose the good thing is that it mostly rubs away. Am I even in camera? Just about. Right, and then let's do some corners. Don't want that one, that's a circle punch. Should we have some fancy corners? Is anybody else an avid Edith Holden fan? If you'd have told me a year ago that I would covet this book and constantly be on the lookout for more, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd have thought you were nuts. But to be fair, when I embarked on this journey, in the junk journaling journey, I never thought I'd have spent half that money I have on it either. Right, so there we have a nice little Edith journaling card, and I don't think we need to do anything else with that. I think it's beautiful. So let's do another one of these. Let me just get my little, oh, knocking over my chopper. Right, I have pink ones and I have blue ones. I think blue is probably going to be the least offensive. I really need to be on the lookout for either some plain white ones or some brown ones. I think I prefer some brown craft paper ones. So we are going to make another one of these. I'll move my coffee dye paper out the way. So first thing we need is a book page. Right, these bits that I've already made, I am going to, that's not, put off to one side with my journal. Not my journal, well I suppose it is Edith's journal, not mine. Right, this is the one I was wanting to do. I want to put this on here and then possibly a bit of this text on the bottom, we'll see. Maybe some berries. I quite like the berries actually because I feel like that colour goes, so we'll do some berries. So here I did one piece for this, and then this is two pieces. So I did one piece on the top, sort of 3/4, and then I did another on the bottom 3/4, so they overlap. So first we'll do this bit. Right, now this I believe is 11 centimetres. Yeah. So do I want a blue border around? Could contrive. I might cut it to 10 centimetres. How much of it am I getting in? A good majority. So put your lid back on your glue stick. Put your glue back up there, your dobber back up there. Move your ink out of the way. Put that out the way, and And this one, because I need my big chopper. So we're working on first. Let's go down just along the edge of my A-frame, just about, just along the edge of the wing. And then we're going to, do we say 10 centimetres, so we've got a border. Do you want to take some of that bottom off first? So it wants to be possibly about 19 centimetres long. I want to keep that right intact if I can. Let's go 18 centimetres. I can still make that work. I wanted to keep the right intact because we can use that for something else, because we don't throw anything from an Edith Holden journal away. 10 centimetres. 10.5 centimetres? Do we just want a tiny border? No, let's go 10 centimetres. Just what you wanted to do. Right. Lovely. Okay. So we will ink around that. And then I think we will I quite like the text. I'm thinking, I'm not sure I should sometimes. And I've managed to keep those numbers and the date intact. Go with that across the top. And then we'll straight edge, make a nice straight edge on there. And then that over with a notch in. I like it. We'll make a nice straight edge first. And then how much do we want? Measure it, Carla. So what's there? About 5 centimetres. Let's go 5.5 because we can always trim it down. Centimetres, not inches. Oh, excuse the state of my hands. I as well as doing some crafting today, I've done some cleaning and I've managed to cut my thumb, I don't know what on. Right, yeah, I like that. Now, how long do we need those? 11 centimetres. But if we do them, do we want a border? A touch maybe. Do 10.5. Let's look at this one first. I think I want more of the actual image in the middle, and I think I have just dropped. It's there. Right, 10.5. And honestly, I am so obsessive about this journal. These scraps will not go in the bin. In fact, from today's making, I have a little basket full of Edith scraps, which will eventually end up in my scrap drawer. But I figured while I was making Edith bits, I'd just put them into a little basket. So that way, isn't it? That one there. That one there. Need a notch. somewhere around there. Ah, so we just need to ink. Let's take that back up there. I'm going to move this out of the way. Ink, bobber, and the black one's just fallen down. So, do I need to ink around the bag? Probably along the bits where there's white. Don't think it particularly shows up on the areas where it's blue, but we'll go around anyway. Right. Which way do we want it? That way? That way? Right, ink it first. I'm not going to corner around these ones because, well, let's face it, the bag's quite square. Right. Glue. I'm going to go with my Barley Arts for this, I think. Just because, honestly, I don't want to fight with that prick stick. Nearly called it something else then, but let's not swear. Right. There. Oh, that way you had it right first time round. Right, that should be quite nicely stuck down. And we'll link this one. And then we'll stick that down. We'll glue on 3 sides. That's quite a pretty leaf, isn't it? But I'm sorry, you don't go as well as the berries. There we go. Oh, stay please. Right, and then we just need to ink and glue this one. Don't know why I inked the bottom edge when it's going under there. Yeah, like so. I like this one. I quite like the blue around this one actually. Maybe I should have done a lot on that one. Too late now. Right. Sorry for the noise. Right. I think I put my glue down in a different spot every time I put it down. There. Make sure it's nicely adhered. There. So we have 2. Oh, it's the gluey pocket down. Oh, that corner's not stuck, is it? I think I need to refill my bottle. I think I said that other day as well, didn't I? Inches of pocket. Right, and then I have a mat here, so I'm just going to stick that under the mat. just to help it stay nice and flat. Now, I have a few other pages that I want to do something with. I'm not fully sold on what I want to do with them yet. I have an idea for this. In fact, I've already cut this one. Look. I want this to be a massive pocket for, say, it could be for a writing board. Or a writing board. That's my idea. So this could go in the cover of my journal. Let me just move this so I don't get ink everywhere. Oh. So, am I in frame? So my idea is that it will go perhaps here. I do need to cover this. Perhaps here, and then in and out of there you can slide a writing board. So then I was thinking I need, if I'm having one there, I need one for the back page too. Now I do like that one. I do also like September's. I sort of wanted, really, one without a date on it, but not perhaps a date, but a month. Do I have a look through for another page? No, because I like these ones. And this is a bird journal, so, and I think I took out all the bird pages. So which one do we want on the back page? I'm thinking June. I like that one as it is. Don't particularly want to cut that one. Whereas this one, I think this would make quite a nice pocket or a journaling card. Same with this. I think this would make quite a nice something. So this, I think I'll just tidy up this edge, put a notch in this side, and then that will go on the back page here. Now this isn't an Edith Holden journal. This is a bird journal. I just love a bit of Edith Holden. So, do I need my big chopper again? I do. Let's just move that out of the way. Did I take that out? Because I will lose it. Put that with my other pile of made things. So, I honestly don't throw any Edith bits away. I keep them all. That I will throw away. I aren't that obsessive. Where's my big circle punch for a notch? Let's just mark the halfway point. And then if I can grab hold of it, bring my ink back. It's probably a good job I've got a radiator there. I mean, to be fair, if I didn't have the radiator there, my desk would be pushed up against the wall. But the radiator catches a lot of the things that I drop. Because yes, I do drop a lot of things. So that will then go in the back cover. Add those to my pile of made bits. Now, do we want to make some more journaling cards? What do we want? Oh, I have these as well, which I thought, this one in particular, this one, I thought would make a lovely belly band. Just a very simple, or it could be like a long tuck pocket. Let's have a see. Because this isn't necessarily a bird item, is it? It's not, I mean, not that everything in here needs to be birds, it can just be pretty. Perhaps on a page like this, where it's quite plain, don't think I have any fully plain pages. They've all got lines or squares. I took apart a load of old workbooks from, you know, that your kids have brought home, and half of them aren't written in, and so I'm thinking something, I don't know if I like that, you know. Maybe that is waiting for another journal. I don't think I like it in here. It would need to be on one of these short pages because the music pages are too long. They would need inking with these pages. Side tuck maybe? We'll leave it as it is. I'm not going to cut it down. But these... See, I'm torn. Do I fussy cut these? Because I have fussy cut some bits already in here. Oh, there's some... Put them in the wrong place. They should be in here. Ooh. I have some birds that I have embossed. Oh, there you go. There's another E, embossed. I have some... I considered doing embossing today, but I'm going to be honest with you. I hate embossing. I really, really hate the process. I do it when I need some things because I think they look good, but I really, really do not enjoy the embossing process. If I can grab hold of these things. Oh, I did then. No. So I have fussy cut a couple of a little bird's nest, and then nice little bird, another one. I think I might have to fussy cut these ones because I could still go onto a journaling card. I like those. I was sort of thinking though that that could be a nice circle punch, but let's fussy cut these. So today I've managed to build up a nice little stock of Edith Holden bits and bobs. Sorry, I'm just checking my watch. I got a message. Sorry, my brain's in parent mode now. Concentrating again. I apparently default to quiet when I'm concentrating. Ooh, some of these little corners are a little tricky. Let's take that off. I'm really quite enjoying the ABC challenge. I think it makes you... I like something that pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit and makes you think. Sometimes I think you can just get a little samey and a little bit stuck in a rut, and well, that's just not good for anybody. I am very much a creature of habit and I'm a fan of change, but something like this I feel like is good change, not monotonous, get boring, get bored of what you're doing sort of stuff. So I think that's where some people go wrong. They keep doing the same things and get bored of it and then give it up. Whereas I've found that, because I do try and do challenges and like one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, or a couple of the Facebook groups I'm a part of, like to do roll a dice challenges. So when you roll the dice, it'll give you, say, an item you have to make or decorate, and then the other dice will give you themes or items you have to decorate that piece with. So actually my journal here, this was a roller dice challenge. So I was given birds or animals, pink, sewn, beads, and a journal cover. So that's what I made. I the other day did another one, and my rolls were book pages, sports, painted or hand drawn, inked holes, not inked, stamped holes, and I've got seasons as well, but I've not managed to fit seasons in. So I've got my orange in my painted flowers, obviously painted. Holes, on this one I burnt holes, on this one I tore holes and inked them, and on this one I hole punched holes. My book pages are from a book that contained newspaper articles, and I found these 3 sporting articles. This one's from 1923, ladies tennis. This one's from 1887, and that one is a boxing article. And this one is from 1954, and it's a athletics running article. So, yeah, I like things that really push your boundaries, and like I would have never in a million years come to the thought of doing something like that on my own. But because I had to, sorry, my watch is going mental with all these messages. Because I had to think outside the box, try and include all of the themes, I came up with something that I would never even have thought of. I'm going to cut around those with a knife, I think. I nearly cut his leg off. Don't want to do that to the poor little bird. Just need to do some bits with the craft knife, I think. Oh, if I can grab it. I do think I need to be thinking about a new craft knife. This one's just not quite, it's not, it was just a cheap one from some online retailer, probably Temu. And I think I do need a better quality one. I think sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed with it as well. I think that doesn't help. I think I'm going to leave that bit under his belly, because I think if I take that off, I'm going to end up losing his leg. There, 2 lovely little birdies into my basket. Right, these guys. Do I want a circle? Oh, I quite like that. Let's do it. And then these, I'm thinking that's obviously not going to go in because it's missing quite a few there, aren't I? If I trim down this edge, I'll be able to get further over. Let's have a look. That's better. So 2 little circles with some birds. And then, where's my smaller circles? No scrap is left behind. That one. Into my basket. I think these are nice on words. They are nice on clusters. Well, took a minute, didn't it? I want Jude. Jude. Don't quite know why, but I did. There. What do I want? A quarter circle? Why not? Well, this. No. On this edge, maybe. Yep. And then I think I've probably got all I can get out of that. So that scrap will go in the bin. I suppose I could have gone in with the even smaller circle punches, but I think that would be a little excessive. Right. What else can we do? How long have we been filming? Oh, I think we're probably nearly about it there, to be honest. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but we'll stick it in my scrap drawer. Right. I think that's probably enough for today. So, oh, that can go in my scraps as well. I tend to little circle punch the page numbers. Thank you for joining me on day E of my, put my knife away before I stab myself, ABC challenge journey. Wow, there was a massive gap there in that sentence, I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining me on day E of the ABC challenge. I have an envelope, I have a top tuck spot, I have a long pocket, a massive, 2 massive pockets which will potentially house a writing board and maybe a big journal card. Little journal card, little pocket, long tag, large corner pocket, and just a page. Along with all of my little bits and bats. So thank you for joining me for that. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye.